Hey, this is Jim Donovan. Welcome to the show. I am so glad you're here. Today we're going to be talking about how you can use the age-old wisdom of rhythm to your advantage. Before we get started, I'd like to invite you to take advantage of a free resource I made for you. It's called the SoundHealth newsletter. In it, I share the latest research in music and health. Plus, you'll learn music and wellness exercises that you can use every day to feel your best. You'll also get discounts and first access to all of my products and events. Remember, it's completely free. Just come visit me at donovanhealth.com to get started today. That's donovanhealth.com. Since the dawn of human civilization, long before any ancient historical records account for, mankind has been drumming and dancing. If you study the cultures of indigenous people all over the world, from the past to the present, you'll easily find common threads of rhythm and movement interwoven into their way of life. It's truly fascinating to think about how in ancient times, despite countless cultures being separated by seas and continents, unable to communicate with each other, and perhaps completely unaware of each other's existence, all of them eventually integrated rhythm and movement into their lives. But why is this? I believe the explanation is simple. Rhythm and movement are an integral part of the human experience, period. And the mere fact that these drumming and dancing rituals have endured for thousands and thousands of years emphasizes the notion that something deeper is at work here. More on that in a moment. In my own experience, my propensity for rhythm started early. Ever since I was a young boy, I've been fascinated with the profound influence rhythmic songs can have over my thoughts and emotions. In fact, I vividly remember early summer mornings just lounging on the family couch, listening to my mom's kitchen radio for hours. I'd wait for the radio DJ to play songs with a good beat, and when one came on, I couldn't help myself from moving. I'd either air drum a solo as if I were Phil Collins, or shoot up from the couch and dance around like James Brown. And to this day, I can't help but bust out an air drum solo every now and then. These days, whether I'm listening to percussion-heavy music or playing actual drums, rhythm never fails to do exactly what I need it to do. Depending on the tempo, rhythm can relax, focus, and energize me, and sometimes it can do all three at the same time. I've had the honor of playing for audiences numbering in the tens of thousands, and nightly I had the distinct privilege of witnessing people as rhythm moved and inspired them to relax, be joyful, and dance for hours. After shows, I'd often talk to these fans, and more times than I can count, people would often tell me how there was just something about the music that let them just completely let go of their troubles, something they couldn't really put their finger on. Many likened it to a kind of catharsis, one that elevated them into a new awareness about themselves. That something that they're talking about is the deep therapeutic effects of rhythm and movement. Rhythm is in your blood, literally. In my most current role as an educator, I've witnessed thousands of people experience the very same type of catharsis after creating their own rhythms in the drumming workshops I facilitate. What's particularly exciting to me is that this cathartic experience knows no bounds. The vast majority of these participants aren't even trained musicians. I've seen these types of benefits reveal themselves in people across generations and in all different types of people, like those with disabilities or people in recovery from substance abuse addiction. So many people gravitate towards rhythm, but why? For one, rhythm is used worldwide to help people express our connection with one another. It accompanies the songs and dances that so beautifully expresses our cultures, our traditions, and our emotions. It accompanies the songs and dances that so beautifully express our cultures, traditions, and our emotions. And despite the differences in the music itself, it's a universal language loved by so many. I guarantee if you look closely at your own family history, you'll likely find that music has played a part in holding together the very fabric of your ancestors' lives. And for many of us, it's only been a few generations since our families gathered to dance the dances of our homelands and sing the folk songs passed down over centuries. Here in western Pennsylvania, where I live, you can still witness remnants of these traditions during the ethnic folk festivals during the summertime, or at a University of Pittsburgh African drum and dance performance, or one of the Native American powwows out in a suburb of Pittsburgh called Dorseyville. No matter where your ancestors are from, if you look back far enough, you'll find drumming and dancing. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, they might look different from culture to culture, but I invite you to consider the overarching similarities. Specifically, how each culture's music is interwoven with our stories and legends, and most importantly, our identities. Today, we still see rhythm and dance in youth culture worldwide, where you'll find extraordinarily rhythmic music in dance clubs and large festival concerts where people gather to dance, sing, and feel connected. And yet, pervasively in Western culture, there still remains an attitude that if you aren't good at rhythm or a graceful dancer, that maybe you should just watch instead. We'd rather not take the risk of being ridiculed than trying something new. This attitude is unfortunate, considering how it's inadvertently led people to believe that rhythm and movement isn't for them. And to be frank, this attitude is a downright cultural tragedy. And it's my feeling that it has done way more damage than it has to help us. In a way, I believe it's contributed to the disintegration of a key part of our human experience, expressing oneself through music and dance. The good news is that it's never too late to start. The health benefits of rhythm and movement are pretty profound. They can do things like activate your body's internal healing systems, alleviate stress and anxiety, increase social skills and sense of connection in group settings, boost the production of the brain's happiness chemicals like dopamine, decrease stress, improve cardiovascular health, increase mental focus, lift depression, promote longer, deeper sleep, and the list goes on and on. Now, here are a few ideas to get you going with tapping into the powers associated with movement and rhythm. First, search sites like Facebook and Google or meetup.com for local drum circles, and then get out and go. Try a beginner's dance class. Most gyms or health clubs offer a combination of exercise and dance classes like Zumba. You could even listen to rhythmic-centered music. You could check out my therapeutic brain healing toolkit to hear some of that. Remember that the health benefits come from the act of doing the activity, not in the perfection of it. Let yourself make mistakes and just have fun. Participating in music and dance is your birthright. It's for everyone, especially for you. Lastly, I want you to remember to make taking impeccable care of yourself non-negotiable. Now, before you go, I'd like to let you know about a free resource I made for you. It's called the SoundHealth newsletter. In it, I share the latest research in music and health in an easy-to-understand form. I also share beginner-friendly music and wellness exercises that you can use every day to feel your best. When you sign up, you also get discounts and first access to all of my SoundHealth products and events. Remember, it's completely free. If you'd like it, just visit donovanhealth.com and enter your name and email address, and I'll start sending you new issues right away. While you're on the website, you can also read full transcripts of this show and check out a ton of other valuable resources. If you have any feedback, send me an email to feedback@donovanhealth.com. All the information presented on this show is for educational purposes only and should not be considered medical advice. Lastly, come and visit me on our SoundHealth Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube channels. I'd love to see you there. The SoundHealth podcast is produced by OmniVista Health Learning and Donovan Health Solutions. For SoundHealth, this is Jim Donovan. See you next time. Take care.